Guys, Aaron Rodgers spoke today.
Oh, God.
And we got our answers. Well, no, we don't. We still have no answers on where he's going to go, if he's going to play, if he's going to retire. But we did get a story regarding the Jets with him. He's not happy with the way that ended. So he says Aaron Glenn made Aaron Rodgers fly across the country just to tell him they were going in another direction. Quote, I met with Coach. We started talking. He runs out of the room. Then he comes back with the GM, and I'm like, okay. So we sit down, think we're going to have a long conversation, and 20 seconds in, Glenn asks him, you sure you want to play football? Rodgers answers, I said yes. Immediately after, Glenn says, we're going in another direction. Aaron then says in his interview, he had to pay for his own flight and spent hours flying for what could have turned into a 15-minute meeting on a phone call. Is this a bad look for Aaron Glenn?
That's a bad luck for the Jets. It is a bad look for Aaron. Look, I have no sympathy at all for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, oh, boy, you only make $60 million or whatever the hell you make and you can't afford to fly. I don't feel for that. But he's right. If you have no desire to keep me, why the hell do you make me fly to New York? That is a bad look for Aaron Glenn. And maybe he was under, Woody Johnson told him that's the way he had to do it. That's possible too, but that's ridiculous.
It's a catch-22 because here's the thing. Because he's Hall of Fame quarterback, did you disrespect him by simply calling him up and saying, not face-to-face, not being a man, yeah, we're going to move on in a different direction? Because then he would be like, you could have at least called me in there and did it face-to-face. It's Aaron Rodgers, and he just finds a way to bitch and whine and complain about everything. The Jets, you let him go. I'm going to ask you, is there ever a right way to break up with somebody? No. Because the person's going to say, well, you should have did this, or we could have did this over the phone, or you could have sent the text message. They could have just sent the text message, Aaron, we're done with you. And he would have been on the show all angry and, oh, look at they disrespected me. It's Aaron Rodgers. I admit, I'm a little skewed. But, hey, look, if you're going to move on, this I would have just pressed the issue on the phone and said, hey, guys, if you're not going to have me back, just go ahead and spare. Let's save the money.
Correct.
And just tell me right now. Just tell me. That would have been me. Just tell me right now before I fly all the way out there, because I got better things to do to fly out there to have you say, well, we're going to move on.
Or tell me if I have to pay for my own flight anyway.
Correct. I totally agree with you, because if you watch the interview, Aaron Rodgers continued to say there's a lot of things going on in his personal life. So if that's the case, you call me. That would be, you know what, tell me what is going on, because if I don't have to fly out, I got other things I can handle. Right. Just let me know now.
Right. If I'm in the same town, that's one thing. But it's like, hey, I need you to come into the office.
If you want to talk football, then yes,
okay,
I'll
this
come.
sounds serious. If you're letting me go, I'm going to let you off the hook right here, right now.
Right.
Just let me go over the phone.
Bad look, Jets.
But, yeah, don't waste my time.
He would have complained either way, though. I think you're right.
That's true.
They just called me, didn't even, it's Aaron Rodgers. So let's move on to the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, the Cleveland Browns. They have the number 2 pick, and Andrew Berry spoke today, just like the Lions GM spoke today. And, yep, they're taking Travis Hunter because he says this. It's a little bit like Shohei Ohtani with Travis Hunter. Pitcher or hitter, he's an outstanding player. You get a unicorn if you use him both ways. I mean, no even surprise of even opening up a trade possibility. You're telling everyone I'm taking Travis Hunter.
Well, maybe he's.
See, I don't think he
is.
I don't think it's a trade opportunity, David, because the one thing we've said about this draft, and Stoney, it's a lot of depth. There are no people that
Top
you're like,
3.
oh my God. This guy's a difference maker. To me, the only one would be Abdul Carter.
Right.
And if he's going to fall to you, New York,
you're going to take him.
You know what? I'm going to let you guys do what you got to do. There's no quarterback that, man, this guy is a can't-miss guy. There's no player. So I think that they are just telling Cleveland fans, unlike what, Brad said, hey, I'm going to tip my hand here. this is the guy we're going to go for. So get ready. Get ready for your Travis Hunter jerseys. Yeah.
So let's move on here to the NFL GMs regarding NIL. Things have changed. We know players are getting paid now. And we sometimes wonder, how do GMs, how do scouts kind of look into this? Well, Diana Rossini kind of gave a view inside on Colin Cowherd regarding what GMs do. And this is a question that a GM asked during the combine. She said she had one general manager share with me the notes that he took during an interview. Says, yes, we understand players are getting paid. That is not the problem for us. He says, she goes on to say that he shared with me that he met with some of these prospects and some of these guys were telling him that they had other opportunities at other schools that they were going to pay more, but they liked the program they were part of, and that's what the GMs and scouts care about. Are they choosing themselves over the team or the team over them? Instead of choosing to go to a place that gave them more money, they chose less, chose the team. Fair for the GMs to look into that?
Sure. It shows, I mean, it wouldn't be a deal breaker for me if I was a GM, but, a lot of teams who, care about culture shows a commitment and they're not worried about other things. I think that's good. For football guys, they like seeing that.
I think when it comes down to the NIL, I've said this and I'm going to say it again. Players who constantly are in the portal and moving around and taking that next deal, no, they're not going to go to the next level. So I have to maximize now. Mm-hmm. Players who know I'm an NFL player, I'm going to go to the league. Not only go to the league, I'm going to stick on a roster. I'm going to play. These are NIL, that's pennies. I'm not going to fight over pennies when I'm about to make serious cash money dollars. So, yes, I'm in a situation, I'm going to help this team win because even if I'm on a bad losing team, I'm going to the league anyway, and that's where I'm going to get the real paychecks, where the people who are in the portal bouncing around, chances are after their 5th or 6th year, that's it.
To your point,
they'll be playing in the UFL and in Canada.
You're right. And to your point, this is regarding the Nico situation. Cam Newton was out there saying, yes, he gets it. Players should get paid. He understands that. But he also said regarding Nico, he says, the money will be there later. Yeah. Worry about development now.
Right. Well, speaking of Nico, if you believe his dad, it had nothing to do with the money. It was the type of offense that he was going to be in.
Yeah, and he's getting
right
now 1.75 at UCLA, according to the report.
Well, that high-powered offense that UCLA had.
Yes, exactly.
Now, the only other thing, the side that GMs run into with the portal and NIL because players stay, I think it hurts the depth of the draft, where a lot of guys that you would have taken in round 5, 6, and 7 and undrafted free agents, finding those hidden gems, it's better for me just to stick around and make the money, and then I'll be that 5th, 6th round pick in a few years rather than just taking that chance right now. So I do think that it takes away from the depth perspective after like the first 4 rounds. Now a lot of guys that you probably would have been in the draft stayed in college to make a couple extra bucks just in case. But yeah, Nico, spare me. You're going to UCLA.
Yeah, it ain't
not
the
a powerhouse
offense.
team. Deshaun Foster, okay, good luck with that.
And let's close it out with this. Speaking of transfer portal, West Virginia, Rich Rod is back, but not players, because 30-plus players have entered the transfer portal from West Virginia. They entered on Wednesday. 30-plus players?
David, 36, and 12 of them were walk-ons.
So that's 24 players.
Right.
Real player, yes.
24 players. David, I think we got to move on from a society of seeing that number and be like, oh, my God, what's going on? That's every team.
You're right.
Every team is going to have about 20 or so players leave every year. And look at your program's falling apart. Wait, it's like a bus. Wait a minute. It'll be your program in about 5 minutes of everybody exiting and leaving.
That's the new landscape. You're exactly right.
I expect 20 players every year to turn over off of every roster.
And that is in football today.